My uncle proposed we have sex.
Yeah, we can just skip this one, I think. Oh, Jesus.
And this one is cross-posted by Leif Erikson. Shout out SpongeBob.
Good name.
From r/true off my chest. So I, 28 female, am still trying to process my feelings about this. I've known my uncle, 60 plus male, all my life. He married my mom's sister.
Listen, the age thing is
beyond.
Beyond. It's an uncle.
Yeah.
Fucking wild.
I've lived under the same roof since I was 7 and moved out at the age of 23. He's the goofy uncle, but whenever you needed someone to talk to or help, he was always there. I've been with my boyfriend for 5 years, and my uncle has been there for us individually and as a couple. I had been talking to him about my relationship over the summer, and one night, out of nowhere, he asked if we could go out during the weekend. I figured it was to talk more about it without having my parents listening, and they still live with him. He asked if we could go to a motel.
Oh.
I naively asked what would we do in a motel if we're just going to talk. He goes on to say that I don't want to read this. He would like a sexual experience with me.
What the fuck?
He was very graphic and detailed about the things he would like to do to me. I froze. I just sat there stunned as he complimented my body. How long did he feel this way about me? Just thinking about it disgusts me. He said, no one has to know that we're both adults and we don't have to tell our significant others. I said no at least 25 times and ignore explicit questions. I don't know what to do moving forward, and I spoke with my therapist about this. Next time, call the cops.
Yeah.
If I were to tell anyone, he's got such a reputation that I wouldn't be believed. My family is the type to sweep everything under the rug, and it could backfire and kick my parents and siblings out, and they'd have nowhere to go. I've tried to, quote, get over it, but every time I have Thursday dinner with my family, I dread having to see his face. If I stop going, then it obviously shows something is up. Before we go off on this guy, because this was a gross story, there is the top comment by 3Vinator. Had a suggestion, and I kind of wanted to hear your thoughts about this. If this is a suggestion that you guys would provide for
poison,
opium, essentially, right?
Question mark.
I mean, bludgeoning, castration, eating somebody,
jail for sure. Holy fuck,
jail for sure. This was the advice that this commenter put, and I wanted to hear your thoughts about this. So 3Vinator put, why don't you just sit down with a few immediate family members and very naively express your concern? Also, your aunt, so she doesn't get the secondhand story. And they wanted to phrase the question like this. Is there anything wrong with Uncle? He's been displaying some very strange behavior towards me recently. It's so out of character for him. I'm very worried about his health. I've heard personality changes can occur after a stroke or something. Have you noticed anything? I'm very worried about him. And then this is kind of like a dialogue that they had.
Okay.
Why? What happened? Well, I wouldn't want to say. He asked very inappropriate questions. He would not do so normally. Like what? No, I really shouldn't say. Let's say I had to turn him down many times. These proposals are not something you ask your niece. I'm so worried for him. Have you noticed anything? Please tell us. No, I really won't. I'm sure he would not have said this if he was in his right mind. It must be a mental problem. Has he seen his doctor recently? And they explain why in this dialogue, okay? So why this tactic? You don't actively accuse him. This way, nobody will blame you, tell you you're lying, or sweep it under the rug. If you come from a place of worry for him, one or two things might happen. One, it's actually a stroke and he receives medical attention. Two, he won't approach you again because he knows he will be seen as nuts and you will tell everyone he's going crazy. And they put edit. By the way, OP, this is not victim-friendly advice. Victim-friendly advice. Only do it if you feel comfortable and strong. Never seeing the guy again is always a better option for your mental health. Also, don't disclose what he actually said when they push you. You want to be seen as a non-accusing worried family member if you try this. And I just wanted to ask, is that an advice that you guys would give out?
Here's the thing. It is good advice for the world that we live in. It is sad that you have to jump through these hoops as a woman to accuse someone, that's crazy. You should just be able to be open and honest with your family and then have them believe you. That's why the whole Me Too movement existed, to try and get to a place where people just believed victims until, proven in court or whatever it happens to be. So insane that you would have to jump through these hoops, but it is good advice for going about this way. The only issue is, like, say he goes to the doctor, doctors don't see anything. Like, what? There's so many ways it could go. I would be worried about your safety. So yeah, I would definitely recommend trying to find somewhere else to go and not having to communicate or see them ever again.
Sean, you okay?
Yeah, it's just a fucking awful story. Just so I understand better, the family lives with the creepy uncle?
With the uncle. The family and one of the siblings, I think.
Yeah, it sounded like it. It's bad that I'm hoping it's a stroke. Like, that's when you know it's a bad story. Like, I'm hoping he had a stroke and this is the issue.
But I feel like he's just abusing his power dynamics, because what are you going to fucking do? You know what I mean?
That's exactly
It's not
what
a
it is,
fucking
brother.
stroke. You know what I mean?
That's what it is. I'm saying it's a bad story because I have to hope that it's a stroke. You know what I mean? Like, I would never hope for a stroke on anyone except in this scenario, because I'm like, who the fuck would do that? That's fucked up.
Yeah.
And the fact that he has so much pull within, like, the family, he's probably like the head honcho. He's probably the one that makes the most money and provides for everyone else, and everyone kind of just caters to what he says, which is insane behavior and gross behavior too.
Yeah, very gross.
The way that I would fucking beat this dude's ass if I was her dad, it is. I don't care if I'm fucking homeless after that. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking destroying this man.
Yeah.
If it were me, I mean, and this is through the eyes of, me being a man and not truly understanding what the female experience is, the woman experience. I would just be like, yeah, let's meet at the motel and then fucking How to Catch a Predator shit. Fucking whole family at that motel. Everybody
Call
fucking
Chris
catching
Hansen.
his ass. Yeah. Because, I don't know. Because as soon as this happened, I would have been like, I got to get proof somehow. I got to fucking destroy this guy. I don't know. I have very little empathy or any kind of sympathy for this guy. He's a fucking creep. And
Predator.
all those times you thought that he was being there for you and your boyfriend was just ulterior motives. It's just like, how can any trust ever be had again? You know what I mean? Just a terrible fucking piece of shit.
Expert in fucking, I don't know. Great power. For the fifth time, it's your boy Sean.